Oh, hi everyone. Nice to have you here again. And my name is Funmilola Williams. I'm happy to be here. I hope you are happy too. Please pardon me. I'm trying to get a better view. Just a minute. I'll be right back. Yeah, looks like we're better now. Sorry about that. I had to adjust my background a bit. So what we're gonna be talking about today, my name is, of course, by now you know my name. If you don't know my name by now, you probably should not be on this stream. My name is Funmilola Williams. I am the lead coach. Ade, don't mind my nose. Yeah, it is what it is around here. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and the Reformed Teens Academy is an academy for young girls alone. So if you have a young boy, please, I am not saying that I know anything about boys. I do not know. But if it is girls, trust me, I know quite a bit. Yeah, so we have an online academy that we run for girls from ages 8 to 18. And we have a curriculum that God helps us to help them transit into the woman to the young woman they should become. And of course, by now you can't still be saying, if you have been listening to me for a couple of months now, several months running, you can't still be saying that you do not. No, I don't need an extra hand when it comes to raising a teenage girl. Of course, you know that you do need an extra hand. They say amongst my people that it takes a community to raise a child. And don't forget, the child you are raising is not your regular child. It's not a regular what's our own generation now? Millennia? Yeah, we have millennials. So you're not raising a millennia, you are raising a Gen Z, a Gen Alpha. Trust me, their parents, you need everything, every resource you can lay your hand upon to be able to do an excellent job of that. And now, God help you if the teenager is a girl, if she's now a girl, and also God help you if he's a boy. So whichever one, you have a lot of work on your hands. So please get a community. Get a community. Don't assume that you know everything. It is the lowest level of knowledge to assume that you know everything there is to know about this generation of people that we're raising. These are people that they were born inside. My coach calls them born into technology. They were born into technology, unlike us that were still trying to have a grasp of what it is that thank you. Good to see you too, Salmat Absalam. I am happy to see you too. And thank you for always joining. So please don't say it is not even I don't know how to put it for lack of better words. It is uninformed. Yeah, that's the word. It's an uninformed thing to say that there is nothing that I don't need extra. We need extra. We do need. If you don't want your if you want your daughter to turn out what the prototype you want, please, you need extra. So get that extra this 2024. Commit to getting that extra, and these are part of the extras. If you know that there's a gap somewhere in your own life, on your own journey too, please fill in the gap. That's the only way you can help your teenager. Yeah, thank you very much. Today I'm going to be talking about something that close to my heart, because I also I was a victim of it as a young lady. Yeah. So I am gonna tell about it. Basically, if you are a girl, you must have passed through it at one stage or the other. Just that as we grow, yeah, we just assume that it's gone. And because we have passed through that stage, thank you very much. Thank you, you're welcome, Khadija. So it's easy to forget because we are already over that stage. But as I was preparing for this class, I remembered very well. It was as though preparing for this class took me back to times when I was a teenager. The things that worried me, the things that bothered me. So it's not nice. I mean, it's uninformed to now say that what she talking about? What are they? What are their struggles? After all, I give them food, I give them clothing, I give them shelter. That's the list of your responsibility as a parent. Trust me, that's the list. There is a whole lot more that goes on in the mind of a young girl, a teenager. Of course, by the time I start talking about these things, you will now also remember when you were a teenager. Then you're going to be able to what's the word now? What's the word? Now you're going to be able to identify with the things that I'm talking about. Yeah, so please don't take it with levity. pick the one that works for your girl and run with it. That's the whole idea. So what we're talking about today, we're talking about the inadequacies of a teenage girl and how to help them. Don't forget, your work as a parent is to help your child become, is to help your teenager transition beautifully into an adult. That is your work as a parent. So how are you going to be doing it? And trust me, girls suffer a lot. They suffer a lot from inadequacies. They feel inadequate about a lot of things that they are not even able to tell you about. Maybe because they feel that you don't understand. I'm sure that at one point my own daughter has told me that, mommy, you will not understand. So I know that that's they say that to you a lot of times. And the thing is that it looks like as though it's not a big deal to you, but trust me, it is a big deal for them. It is a very, very big deal for them. So these inadequacies are it happened to us. By the time we start talking about them, you realize they actually happened to you, but just that we might have just forgotten. So this is just a kind of a reminder so that you can start the work on your teenage girl. So please don't take it with levity. So I said 10 inadequacies of a teenage girl and how to help them overcome it. So your work is not to go and be saying, are you the only girl? Are you the only one going through this? Are you the only one going through that? That's not your work. Your work is to support them. Your work is to encourage them, to ensure that they are able to walk around this inadequacy so that they're able to overcome it. Trust me, I told you, a girl is an untapped potential. Once you tap into her mind and then you achieve that mindset shift, your work, half of your work is done as a parent of a girl child. So your work is to help them. See, that's how I put it, help them. Your work is to help them. How do I help my teenage girl overcome these things? And the most important, and you know what, unfortunately it still affects adults. Yeah, the first one I'm going to talk about affects even adults, grown female. It affects them. How much more a girl that's just forming her mindset, forming her opinion about life? Number one, inadequacy of the body. Trust me, girls, women across ages, sizes, color, race, whatever, they feel that there is that inadequacy of the body. I don't know what it is with it. I don't know what it is with body that the female gender focuses so much on. And trust me, as young as 5 years, they are body conscious. I don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is. Inadequacy of the body. They feel, if you put 10 girls down, yeah, 9, I can tell you categorically that 9 of them feel a bit about their body. They are like, this shouldn't be, my nose is too flat, or my height is too big. Let me tell you what my own issue when I was a teenage girl. My mother told me then, yeah, it affects adults. Yeah, it does affect them. My mother told me then that your lips are too big, and somehow I took it serious. I know that what she was trying to dissuade me from was trying to apply lipstick from a very young age. So she would tell me that she would say to me that your lips are big, you don't have to put lipstick. And somehow I thought that she meant it in the wrong way. And for a very long time, for a very, very long time, I had issues. I thought my lips were really, really too big. It was just in recent times. I looked at myself, this lips is not too big, Joe. I'm gonna just put my lipstick and just be on my own way. Yeah. So please, their parents, know that your daughters, they will not tell you, or if they tell you, you are lucky. But most of them will not tell you, but they're going to struggle with it. So they feel, and don't forget, they compare. Oh, of course, girls compare. They compare breasts, they compare boobs, they compare buttocks. They do all sort of comparison. They're comparing themselves with their fellow girls in school. So it is what happens to them every day. So if you have a teenager on your hands, please, you have to understand that this is going to happen. There will be inadequacy of the body. She'll be feeling there will be a part of her body that she'll be feeling I really do not like. And God will not help you if she's not battling with pimples and all of that as a teenage girl. See, it's a big struggle. And because of that, they become so fixated on that, or they become fixated on their body so much so that they now neglect every other part of them. So how are you going to help them with this? And you know what? They might feel that if you come to them or they come to you, they may not gain that understanding from you. They may not gain that what they want. So they rather just bottle it inside. And they begin, for example, you've seen, okay, you might have seen in my daughter's primary school way back, I used to see a lot of kids like 9, 10, but they're already obese. But when you see them, they're still eating a lot of stuff, and you begin to wonder. Somewhere along there, somebody has told them that this is what you look like. Do you understand? So a girl would naturally feel inadequate about her body until she grows into a woman and decides to just like herself, irrespective. My coach will say, see, I have spots on my leg, plenty spots. She says that to the girls, and she say, you know what? But I still if I want to wear dress, I wear dress. I don't want to wear dress, I don't want to wear dress. That's the woman that come to arrive at herself. I'm like, okay, this is how I am, and this is who I am. So please, how do you help them overcome this inadequacy? You have to deflect the body and place the mind about it. That's the only way. Deflect the power of the body. See, the body is just meant for us to function here. for us to function, for us to move about, do the things that we need to do. So our what it is that we're about is not about our body. What we are consist of is not our body. I'm not saying our body is not important, but if your daughter or your teenager feels a particular thing about her body, so don't magnify it. Don't start looking for, okay, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you. And that's why as adults, you see a lot of adults doing all sort of things to their bodies, all manner of things. I was watching a program the other day in the course of the week, and one person, she did like 4 surgeries in just one body. I know somewhere in my mind said, and the person says, I just want to be perfect for me. This, and I'm in somewhere in my mind, I know that this is an inadequacy that wasn't dealt with. Do you understand? And people, that's why people do a lot of things just to transform their body, to make it conform to what people think that bodies should be. I don't know who gave us that standard. I don't know who gave us that format. But these kids are seeing it every day. Every day they see they see people on is it Nollywood. Every day they see people models in the faces of advertising of people papers that are advertising. They see and they tell them that this is what a perfect body should be like. For me, a perfect body should just be a healthy body. That's just it. So if your daughter, if you feel or you or your daughter feel something about your body, please know about it. You don't now don't place all of the importance on this physical outlook. Have I said don't take care of your daughter's body? No. I've just said there is more to your daughter than the body. So deflect the body, as in play it down totally. And then what do you do instead? You place the mind above the body. Because this eventually it's the mind that's going to control the body, that's going to control the heart, that's going to control everything. So place the mind about the body. Begin to feed the mind of your child instead. And there's something I've constantly talked about. It is feeding the mind of your girl. It is very, very important. It is when your girl's mind is well fed. That's when a lot of pressure will not get to her. Because if you are not careful, your daughter bothers a lot about how she looks, how she this, how she that. She's not going to move beyond that point. And she'll just be waiting for the time that she's old enough to do whatever it is that she wants to do about her body. So what if your daughter is chubby? And what if she will always be chubby for the rest of her life? So what if your daughter is slim and she will always be slim for the rest of her life? So what are you going to do about it? Or what's she going to do about it? So the point is accepting that body. So now if there's an issue with the body, probably because of a particular way of life, that's what you want to tackle. So if she's chubby or hiding weight because of a particular thing she eats, that's what you want to tackle. So that's how to deflect the body. Don't make it, because see, it's going to be coming at them. Especially that's 12, 13, 14, 15. Some of them, in short, where this part of the world that I am, some teenagers don't even eat. They don't want to eat. Why? Because they don't want to grow fat. And I'm wondering who told them all of these things. Is a major inadequacy that girls struggle with. So you're going to be the one to help your child. Let your child understand that there is more to life than body. And don't forget, your teenager at that stage is more fixated about her looks. She wants to look acceptable. She wants to be the one that everybody, oh, look at that. But of course, by now that there is much to life. But your teenager doesn't understand that yet. So it is your work, it is your duty, your responsibility to ensure that your teenager understands that, see, you need your body, yes. Your body is important, yes, but not as important as your mind. Because if you got a great body and then your mind is empty, what are we talking about? So that's a number one inadequacy that most girls struggle with. I remember growing up very, very well. I used to bother a lot about I'm trying to remember the English word now. I don't know whether it's acne or something. It used to worry me a lot as a teenager, and I was always very bothered about it. But suddenly in recent time, I realized that this thing that used to bother me that time, why is this something? I'll say, I'll be comparing my face to my elder sister. My other sister has a smoked baby face, and she never had any of these pimples, any of these blah blah blah, and she never had it. And I had a lot of that. And I'll be wondering, why is she not like? Why am I like? The other times I'll be like, why is my stomach this that? All of those things, girls. If we struggled with it that time, our kids are struggling with it now. But the question is, are they telling us? If they're not telling us, be sure that they're telling other girls, and be sure that other girls are filling them with stuffs. Yeah, they will tell them also, this is what you must use, what you must take, what you must this, what you must that, so that you can have the perfect body. Please, it's better to have a perfect mind over a perfect body. So you're going to be the one to help your teenagers walk through this phase. Especially in that they are transitioning. You really need to really, really be on your toes about that. So they don't start feeling inadequate. When a girl feels inadequate, she can't be at her top capacity. Of course, I know you know that. So that's the essence is what? To break down all of these man-made inadequacies and let your girl just move. Let your girl just fly. Because that is the essence. So if your girl has pimples, it's okay. Tell her it's okay to have pimples. It is very okay. It's a sign that you are transitioning. Simple. So if your girl feels that she's too chubby, then cut down what she's eating on. Let her cut down on whatever it is that she's taking. Let her have her dinner early. Let her walk. I like to walk. If not for the area that I am now, I really like to walk. I don't mind walking. I like to walk. It's a form of exercise. So those are the little things that a girl has to do, that she doesn't have to feel pressured into fitting. Don't compress your girl into just a body, because I keep telling you, your girl is much more than just a body. So don't compress her. That's not all there is to your girl. The face, the body, the whatever. No. There is more to life, and your girl is gonna struggle with it. So the earlier you know that now, so that when it comes, don't fight her. If you fight her, she's gonna struggle with you, because she'll be like, you don't understand her. So don't fight her. Just prepare your mind. A parent of a teen is a thinking parent. You are thinking ahead of the things that will come up. So it's not when your teenager starts to give you issues that it will not come as a surprise. So even when your teenager surprises you, I'm wondering why are you surprised? You shouldn't be surprised. So these are the things that she will come up with at one point or another. Might come up to you one and say, "Mommy, my breast is very small." Because of that, she starts really, really, wearing padded bras, to fit up the breast. But you know that it's not about whether a breast is small, a breast is big. It's about what it is that you have on the inside. But girls are funny. Girls will still have these issues. Anyway, all right. So the next one, another inadequacy again, a girl is going to struggle with, is inadequacy of academics. It is very, very rampant. As I want to say to you now. Now remember why we were in university. How many girls were sleeping with boys? Because why? Because those boys were brilliant. I'm sure you must know a girl that will go and do overnight assignments. That's of a boy. Because if she feels that the boy was much more brilliant than her, it has been happening since. And I know how many boys took advantage of girls. I know you know. So just that, because we have left that phase now, there's a possibility that we have forgotten it. But I'm trying to remind us now. So that that's what happened. Yeah. Imagine there was a time she told me that she wanted to stop eating. You see? That's it. So we know what to do about that now. Inadequacy of academics. So don't put your daughter in that kind of situation. I know the school I went to wasn't a hostel. As in, we didn't have hostels. We had people live off campuses, and I will see girls coming from the house of boys early in the morning, and they say they have gone to read. And I'm wondering, what are they reading? What are they reading? It's an inadequacy over academics. And unfortunately, girls are being stereotyped to be dumb. I don't know who brought that about, but girls are not dumb. If only you push our daughters a bit more. If only we push them a bit more. If only we offer them support where it is needed. So if you know that your daughter is struggling at a particular point now, it could be that is not your daughter's area of competence. There will be areas that she's not struggling. There will be areas that it's very, very easy for her to navigate. So I've told us, somebody said to me that, that will be a lawyer. And I just laughed. I said, look at you. Life has gone past all of that. So the issue, your work as a parent right now is look at what is the competence of your daughter. That's what they call conscious competence. What is the competence of your daughter? Which one is easy for her to navigate? Which one can she do easily that she doesn't struggle with, so that she doesn't become a prey to one nonsense boy somewhere? Do you understand? So you have to definitely, kids are gifted separately. Definitely, you have to understand that by now. So you have to understand. So what is it that my daughter is struggling with? Where is she not struggling? Where can I come in? Where can I be of assistance to my daughter? So that's your work as a parent. That's what you need to do, because they will struggle. Most boys take advantage of girls because they come to my house. Let's do what's that word now? What's the word I'm trying to look for now? What's the word now? What's the word now? The word I've just forgotten the word. Let's come and let's come and learn together. Let's study together. And boys have taken advantage of girls a lot. Especially it happens in higher institutions. So please, to know now that there'll be something you're struggling with now. So how do you begin to do? How do you offer support? Do you want to find out how she's being taught, why she's not getting it? Do you want to find out? How can I help my daughter? How can I assist my daughter? Thank you. That's the word. Thank you very much. Tutorials. They say we are studying together, and before you know, they are sleeping together. And you start wondering, what is the connection between studying together and sleeping together? It's an inadequacy, because girls feel that they cannot. And don't forget that I've told us, girls are just naturally lazy. Girls are lazy. I was once a girl. I think I told us on this how I will give chores to my sisters, and I will look for an excuse not to do my chores. And I was perfectly fine. Nothing was the matter with me. That's just the life of a girl. Girls are just lazy. And because of that, because they are lazy physically, they tend to be mentally lazy too. So until you push a girl, that's it. So if you don't push a girl will not move. A girl will not move. You don't push her, she will not move. But this, your work as a parent, once you're able to keep pushing your girl, keep pushing your girl, once she just kickstarts, she just going like a Porsche, she just keeps going. But before you get there, their parents, it's gonna take you work. It won't get there in a day. So if you know your girl is, if you know that there's a possibility of a struggle somewhere in academics, please start working on it now. And how do you do that? If it is mathematics, I struggle with mathematics. I struggled with mathematics all my life, and that was a gap somewhere in my parenting. So what did I do? I look for a way to bridge the gap immediately, so that right now my daughter can teach me maths. I'm not kidding you, because I do not. I used to tell her, even the math that they're teaching you, my friend is on this trip. I say, you are still trying. I'm still trying. I'm not sure that me I can do a grade 4 mathematics, and that's a gap somewhere. So as a parent, that you know that it will become a cost struggle, because the thing is this: if inadequacies are not if inadequacies are not taken care of, yeah, it becomes a source of a source of weakness for your girl. And don't forget, you're not raising a girl to become a puppet. You're not raising a girl to become a pushover. So you are raising someone that will stand like, yes, whatever happens, I am standing. So whatever it is, whatever struggles your child has, dear parents, begin to work on it. If it's mathematics, I know by now that once if your girls can do puzzles, they can do Legos, it's gonna help them in their mathematical journey. If it is English, you feel that they are struggling with, please let them read. That is the simple solution. Let them read, get them to read more books. The more they read, the more they polish themselves, the more exposed they become. So begin to, so that one girl or one guy somewhere doesn't make a fool of your girl because they're doing tutorials. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at many girls you'll be shocked at the rate of how many girls got deflowered because they went for tutorials. Especially mathematics. Especially mathematics. So if you know that they have that mountain to climb, please start on the work now. And call your girl. That's how to help them. Support them where it is needed. Help them. Call them. What can I do? Well, is it the way you're being taught rather that's been a challenge, or what? How can I come in? And then you begin to brainstorm together. That is how to overcome that particular inadequacy. Then the next one we want to talk about, because of our time, the feeling of inadequacy over choice of friends. Yeah, over choice of friends. Girls don't like to be alone. I don't like to be alone. I'm sure you don't like to be alone too. There have been times in my life that I would not have moved from the point I was to the point I would have gone to, if not for friends in my circle. I can tell you that for free. If not for friends in my circle, I would not have been able to move. Yeah. So the same thing. So who says your girl is different? I keep saying that these people, they are human beings like us, just that they are younger human beings. That's just different. They feel the same emotions, they feel the same way we feel the pain, everything that we feel, the same thing. So your girl wants to be liked, your girl wants to be accepted. So there has to be a thin line. And I'm gonna get to that shortly, about a personal experience that I had. So, inadequacy over choice of friends. Your girl wants to feel accepted. Your girl wants to. So, now the question as a parent that you're going to ask yourself is that acceptance at what cost? Yeah. All of my 3 kids struggle with math. I've told you how to help them, ma'am. Get them Legos. Let them do puzzles. The more they do that, the more it's going to help them. Yes, Legos is very, very good to teach mathematics, because they will have to think critically. How do I fix this? How do I fix that? Get them Legos, get them puzzles, and let them do extra work at home. Let them work at home more. Let them do exercise. Then we may like to speak to their teacher as well to know why. What is the point of struggle? Because it can be broken. I realized that with my daughter. I struggled with math, but my daughter doesn't struggle with it anymore. Do you understand? So let's put in that work. If it means that you have to speak to the teacher, you have to speak with them in the school, let them know what it is. It's possibly the means of passing the information, possibly. And also Legos. They also may want to check on their screen. Yeah. How fixated are they on screen? How long are they staying on screen? Those are things you might want to look into in that area. Yeah. The next thing, I said feeling of inadequacy over choice of friends. Girls want to be liked. I want to be liked, but the question is at what extent? Or rather, so what's the price? Yeah, what's the price I want to pay so that you can like me? Do you understand? It's a struggle. It's a struggle. So how are you going to help them with this one? You have to help them work on their value system. See, I told us long time ago, I said get your teenage girls to write out to drop a value system for themselves outside of your own family values. I have a family value that my daughter and I will run with, yeah. But as the teenage girl is growing, she got to have her own values, so that whatever she does is going to be done in the confines of that value system. And this is how to overcome this particular inadequacy. So that when the it's there's somewhere in the scriptures that my daughter, I like to put in my daughter, I'm a sucker for girls by now, you know that. So there's somewhere in the scripture that says that my daughter, when sinners, when they entice you, don't consent, that kind of thing. I like to bring it now that you know what, when girls are trying to drag you here, drag you there, yeah, drag you here, drag you there, don't consent. So by the time your daughter is well grounded in a value system, you won't have to start advice. Now, so those advice they gave us. You can't be giving children of this day, so you can't be telling her no child of who you are. That's sorry, that's crap talk. It's not about that anymore. Times have changed, so it has to be from a value system. So start working on it now. If your girl is here, your girl is 9, you're lucky, begin to work on it. What is important to your girl? Ask her. It's not, don't assume anything. Ask her what's important to you. What can you not compromise for anything? What can you not do for things, or what can you do, so that when that time comes to make friends, she's going to make friends within the confines of her value system. That is why it's very important. So if you have not done that value work, please go back to it. Yeah, exactly. Just my daughter, your daughter should be the pressure. Why should she be the one that is getting dragged there and there? Why is she not dragging people? And imagine, the beauty of it is that, imagine if your own daughter, well grounded in values, is able to drag girls like that to herself. The circle is getting wider. The circle is getting wider, it's getting bigger. So that is it. That pressure will be there. The pressure to want to choose friends. She'll start wondering, who should be my friend? And how do you help them? You help them to work on their value system. Please, this is very important, because see, that's what's going to be driving your girl all through the course of her life. The things that she believes in. That's what is driving you right now as a parent, and that's what is driving me. So the same thing is going to be applicable to your daughter. So it's not going to be, there's not going to be any difference. So don't forget, a girl wants to be liked. Oh, trust me. How many of us have see these things? It's not even, we can use our own lives, yeah. How many of us have kept our things because we wanted to be liked, wanted to be accepted at great cost to ourselves? So who says our daughters are any different? Our daughters are not any different. But the thing is that, as a parent with knowledge now, what do? We now help them. So how does she overcome this inadequacy, so that she doesn't struggle, so that she doesn't even pick the wrong friends? Of course, by now that wrong friends can grant the destiny. Wrong friends, of course, wrong friends is going to grant a destiny. So when your daughter has a value system, it's gonna bear in largely about on this inadequacy, so she wouldn't feel so choked, because already your daughter would, at a certain age, she should know who she should not be friends with. So you don't have to, it doesn't now become a tug of war. So you don't have to start fighting your child. Yeah, we sing our value system all the time. Yes, all the time. You know what? It will be sinking. You may be thinking that their kids don't understand. What they understand. They know the things that will not be accepted. And they know what is not acceptable. Because girls struggle with this. That's why a lot of girls, I've seen several home videos. The girl doesn't want to go to the party. She doesn't want to really actually go. Honestly, she doesn't want to go. But because her friends went, and then what did she do? She goes with them. And then she got there, then she gets drugged, and then she gets raped, and then the rest is history. These things happen. They happened before. They're happening now, and they'll keep happening until parents sit up. Until you understand that this is an inadequacy that girl struggles with, because it's an inadequacy. A man, a boy doesn't care. A boy doesn't care. If you don't like me, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's a girl. It's an inadequacy. And as the child is growing, and she's gonna understand that, you know what? You don't have to. Not everybody has to like you. And it's also perfectly fine. But they've not gotten to that stage yet, their parents. So that's where you have to come, begin to sing their values. Let them tell you what they believe in, their values. So that even after you're long gone, that continues to work. So it's an inadequacy. That feeling, inadequacy of choice over friends, is very, very important. You want your daughter to go far. You want your daughter to go far. You don't want her messing with the wrong set of people. You don't want her messing, because it's going to confuse her journey. Yeah, I hope you're learning something. And like we always do, whatever eats you differently, put into the chat box. That's how we roll, and that's how I know, that's the feedback I like to know, that okay, we are actually here and listening. Yeah. So the next one we're going to talk about, feeling of inadequacy over popularity. Oh my god, adults still struggle with this. Adults, full grown adults, they still struggle with this feeling of popularity. Yeah, feeling of inadequacy over popularity. Have you seen, like, can I take our minds back to secondary school? That most popular girl in school, Who remembers? Please, if you remember the most popular girl in your school, can you please put in the comment section? I want to take us back tonight so that we can know that these are the things that are real, that's going to happen to our girls. I know the most popular girl in my school. Oh, she was beautiful. And okay, sorry, she's still beautiful. I'm sorry about that. So now growing up, and I think there's somebody here on my stream that even knows, that might know who I'm talking about. If you still remember that most popular girl, do you want to put in the comment section? Do you want to put it? Yeah, the most popular girl. And if it is you, please kindly put it there. So let's cheer you, yeah? So that is it. Inadequacy, the feeling of inadequacy over popularity. Every girl wants to be popular. Trust me. They may not admit it. Every girl wants to be popular. And we know that comes at great cost, especially at that level. So I know that when we were in secondary school, there were some girls that were that we tag the prettiest, by the level of our level of knowledge and understanding that time. Oh, this one is very. I know, in short, as I'm talking to you right now, the picture of the girl comes to my head, the way she looks, everything comes to my head. So what nothing has changed really. Nothing has changed. So that is it. It's an inadequacy. Your girl is going to feel it. She's going to feel like, I'm not the most popular. I'm not the most beautiful. So what's going to happen? Dear parents, that's the question. What's going to happen when your daughter is not the most popular, when she's not the most beautiful at that stage of life? And don't forget, at that particular stage of life, that's the thing that is the most important to her, to be popular. It's an inadequacy. She will feel it. And when she's not, and when she's not the most popular, it becomes to, she becomes to want to blend with the crowd. And no, that's not your target as a parent. You don't want to raise a child that blends. You want to raise a child that can stand, even if every other person is sitting, if she feels that standing is the right thing. So how do you help your girl to achieve, to overcome this inadequacy? You have to let them know, let them understand that popular is not always right. I like for someone to put that in the comment for me. Popular is not, forget the grammatical semantics, yeah? It doesn't have to be grammatically correct now for the purpose of our session. Do you understand? So popular is not always right. That's it. Let me tell you the story of this most popular girl in my own school. She got pregnant while writing WAEC. That's the kind of popularity that happens along those times. That's what happened. Oh, she was beautiful. Oh, she was popular, but she got pregnant. I think I can't remember whether she wrote the WAEC with us or she wrote the WAEC, at a later date. So that feeling of inadequacy over popularity. They want to be popular. They want to be known. The most happening babe. Can we do a tweak? Yeah. Popular is not always right. No. The fact that you're popular doesn't mean that you're always right. No. As a matter of fact, what has happened is that when something is popular, go and check very well. It's most probably wrong. Everybody jumps on it. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to do this. And the frenzy just goes on and on. It's not, check it very well. It's not always right. So do you want to change? Do you want to achieve that thing of standing out? She doesn't have to be popular. Because you know what? When she stands out, it's a matter of time. The popularity will come. Go and check it. So when she stands out, I don't have to be popular, but I have to be distinct. When she stands out, somehow this thing is just flow effortlessly. And that's what you want to achieve. So you have to let her understand. So she doesn't have to feel inadequate because she's not popular. She doesn't have to feel inadequate because she's not the most pretty. She's not the prettiest. Let her invest in the mind. Let her do other things that that pushes the frame that is that they're looking for. So, feeling of inadequacy over popularity. Teach them that popular is not always right. If it's the only thing you take from this session this evening, I am fine. Popular is not always right. Everybody is doing it. That's why they're popular. It doesn't. So if your girl come and say, mommy, everybody's having a belly button. Everybody. So is she gonna go and jump on it? Do you understand when I say popular is not always right now? Or if she's mommy, everybody is everybody by age 15, they have boyfriends. It's popular. Is it always right? I don't know whether you understand. And you know what? It's going to be a struggle for your child. It's going to be a struggle if you don't work on this thing that I've been talking about. But if she's been well grounded in her value system, it's just a walkover. It's going to be a walkover. So what if she comes? Let me the part of the word I am, they say that at age 13, at age 13, it's a law, it's a piece of legislation. Crazy, right? They say at age 13, a doctor has the right to introduce contraceptives to my daughter at age 13. They don't have to seek my consent. That's popular. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That's popular. But is it right? Popular is not always right. So how do you counter that as a parent? So when the other girls are talking about contraceptives in class and they are 13, do you get their parents? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say to us. So these are the things that is real. These are the things that your daughters are facing. That's what they are facing. That 13-year-old friend can walk up to a gynecologist to say, you know what, I need contraceptives, and they don't need the parents' consent. They're gonna administer contraceptives to a 13-year-old girl. That's and it's a piece of legislation already. So when that happens, what do you think? What do you think the take of your daughter is gonna be? That's the work. And what if she's not? She doesn't want to talk to you about it. Coaching system. Do you understand? That's how they are all intertwined and interconnected. So please start teaching them from now. Popular is not always right. The day I read this, I read it that I wanted to say, hey, the end have come. But you know what? The end has not come. We are still here. What has come is what has come. Are we prepared? Are we ready? So it doesn't matter. I told my daughter, I said, you know what? You don't just work at being the smartest, work at being the best. All of the ones that you're thinking, it's just come. So put in the extra work, put in the extra work, put in the extra work. So she doesn't have to follow the trend. Rather, she gets to set the trend. That's who you should be raising. That's who you should be raising. That's who you should be raising. So as they pay, are we having an idea of the work that we got on our hands? Because it's a lot of work. You know, the other time, these days, parenting these days, sometimes it sounds crazy, but I tell my friends that my friends are on this trip. I tell them that somehow it's as if people that don't even have kids, it's as if they don't have problems. It's as if they don't have, because they don't have to contend with the things that parents contend with. I don't know whether you understand. But if you got kids on your hands and you want them to turn out what God wants them to turn out to be, you know that of course you can't just be sitting down and then just be rubbing your hands and then doing salamage kind of thing. So it has become more serious than it used to be. So that's an inadequacy. Your daughter will struggle with it to be popular. All right, I will learn something. The next one. So I said feeling of inadequacy over difference and individuality. You'll be shocked, but this does happen. It does happen. Your girl will feel inadequate because she's different, because she's an individual. You know why? It's not her fault. No, let me give you an example. The girls in my house, age 9, 11, 13. The youngest is 11. I mean, the youngest is 9. That's my daughter. So she would have decided what she wants to wear. It's until it plays out that's when you understand this thing that we're talking about. She would have arranged what she wanted to wear for Sunday, but the way she sees her elder sisters wear something, she just switches. And as simple as it is, I took notice of it. Another parent will have just missed that and just be like, oh, she just wants to feel, just wants to be like the other girls. But I was able to understand that that's the thinking of a girl. That's the wiring of a girl. That is it. She doesn't want to be in an individual. And you know what? Of course, you're not raising an individual. So as simple as that is how the mind of a girl just works. She feels inadequate if she's different. If she's an individual on her own, she doesn't feel, she would rather prefer to just want to, what's the word now? Just want to be together with everybody everywhere. And that's why she does things, it's even against herself. So as she transitions into another, she will understand that that's an offense to herself. Of course, we know it's a sin against ourselves. If we do things because others we want to feel, I don't know. It's like a sinning against yourself. Like, that's the best way I can put it. It's an inadequacy. Your girl is going to struggle with it. She will want to, especially when it comes to that boyfriend stage. Go and start getting prepared. Go and start getting prepared. When I just told us that they said 13-year-old you can take contraceptives. Just to tell you that 13-year-olds have the license to have boyfriends. Younger. If they can have even when they are younger. So if your girl now, if you in your family, you have decided that this is not what you want to do, your girl is going to struggle with it. And do you know what girls do? They get this virgin at young ages, and then they flaunt it. It's a thing of pride, and they make your own girl feel uncomfortable. Is it not crazy? It's crazy, right? They make your girl feel because she has this thing about sexual purity and all of that, and they make her feel crazy. Who should be feeling crazy? Who should be feeling crazy? But that is what it is. That's the world we're living in now. So how are you going to help your girl through this inadequacy? Because she's going to struggle with it all of her life. Else, if she's not able to overcome it, see, let me tell you, she will not tell you. She'll just go and do what other girls are doing. So before it gets to that point, let her understand that the race of destiny is alone. This destiny that we're pursuing is alone. It's along the line that you see help us. Help us. But when God created you alone. When he gave you those in your head, in your mind, everything, he gave you alone. So you won't say because you want to be, I'm looking for the word now. Is it feel among or be among or whatever? And then you gotta lose your individuality. Your girl must never lose their individuality. Please, I let someone put that in the comment section for you. My job is to ensure that my daughter does not lose her individuality. Maybe because I'm a girl, maybe because I have dealt with some of these struggles a lot myself, I'm able to understand that this thing is not even a joke. It's not even a joke. Ask 80% of girls that God is virgin or they God is virgin. Ask them whether they willingly did it, whether they really wanted to do it. Ask them. You'll be shocked at the responses. You'll be shocked. So why does it keep happening? Why do you keep doing things that you don't want to do? Why? Why? It's because of this thing I was talking about. That feeling of, that inadequacy over being different, over being an individual. They will rather, at all costs, a girl will rather want to, let me just be among them more. So that I'll not be seen as the odd one out. Let her be the odd one out. It's fine. It's fine. If your daughter is the odd one out, it's not a problem. Sincerely, it's not a problem for me. Sincerely. They have always told as this is just an example. I believe that okay, I'll just not go into that. But it's fine. It's honestly fine if your daughter is the odd one out. It's perfectly okay. So because everybody is wearing crop top for their daughters now, why must your daughter or your own daughter wear it? Why? Like seriously, why? And then this is what happens. This is how it now escalates. The girl begins to lose her sense of individual. It is fine to be your individual self. It is fine. This destiny is a lone race. It's a lone race. Let her understand it. So that when the struggle starts, she will remember. And say, I've told us, this is I would say to our kids, they don't forget. No, she must not lose her individuality. Thank you very much for putting that for me. She mustn't. She doesn't have to be like every other girl. She does not. She doesn't. She doesn't have to be like every other girl because she's different. And it has to sink in her mind. So that when the struggles come, the reason I'm shouting now is that the struggle will come, the pressure will come. So that when it comes, she will remember these things I have said to her. She will remember these things I have told her. So she doesn't have to be like everybody in the class. She doesn't have to be like everybody in the class. She doesn't have to be. She's her own person. She's her own individual. And let it just be. It's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay. Tell parents, please, let us understand that this struggle will come. So when she now comes and says, Mommy, how are you going to take, when your 13-year-old comes and says, Mommy, everybody in my class has a boyfriend. That should tell you that that's an issue for her. So don't just say, shut up, you're just having boyfriend. No, that's not what to do at that point. That time she has just come to you for guidance. And then you sit her down and be like, okay, oh, really? Fantastic. You know what? I don't have a teenager. I have a preteen yet. But sometimes when I look at her, I'm like, hey, what are the things that this girl would do? And then you begin to plan ahead of it. Because that's what the Bible says. So when she comes to that kind of thing, Mommy, everybody has a boyfriend. And please, I hope your daughters if you have the daughters in that age bracket, please, I hope they're having those discussions with you. Because if they are not, they're having with somebody else. Trust me. Maybe they're a friend or something. And the friend is thinking, I think it's cool to have a boyfriend, or I think it's not cool. I think blah, 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 blah. So please, and they're not having this conversation with you. That's when you should be wary. That's when you should check your parenting. They should be able to come to you with anything. So that is that about that. Feeling of inadequacy over difference and individuality. I don't know. Girls want to feel among so much. Adults, the same thing applicable to adults. We want to. So much so that we forget exactly who it is that we are. And you know what? Our daughters are watching us. Our daughters are looking at us. Yeah. So the next inadequacy your girl is going to struggle with, I said, feeling of inadequacy over emotions. Hiya. This one. This one. Remember your 14-year-old? I told my daughter, the other time, I said, while I was in SS3, that there was a boy in my church, and there was a boy in my church, yeah, and he wrote me a poem. My daughter said, eh? And she just bring her chest and say, eh? And then she wrote me a love poem, and I don't even know what I was discussing with her and the other older cousins. And she said, eh? Mommy, so what did you now do to the poem? And I thought, I said, I eat the poem. And every night I will go and read the poem. There was why I was going somewhere with the story. I said, I'll go and read the poem, I'll read the poem, I'll read the poem. And I'll be doing, oh. Of course, so each except we want to be lying to ourselves, all of us had that experience. Who told you that it will not happen to your daughter? Our emotions will be unstable all through teenage. One time she's feeling loved, the other time she's doing this. Our emotions will be unstable all through teenage. So start preparing for it. She'll be feeling, am I not? Do I look? Adults still struggle with these things. How much more teenagers that are trying to understand their emotions? Do I look good? Am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? Do my friends like me? And you know what? At that point, they crave the likeness, acceptance of their friends much more than that of their family. It's just okay. That's just the state that they are in. That's why they want that circle, that clique so much. That's why you must be intentional about the friends of your girls. I told us already. Know the friends of your girls. Know who their parents are. It's for a reason, so that they can grow together, that they can lean on each other when the time comes. So they're going to feel inadequate about their emotions. Why? Because their emotions is just, they're not able to name it. They're not able to, it's just jumping everywhere. Hormones clashing, everything back. And that's why a lot of girls have landed in a lot of mess. Because you feel, my daughter now asks me, because she said, Mommy, what about that boy that was writing the poem? Where is he now? Do you know my honest answer to my daughter? I said, I don't even know. And God is my witness, I do not even know. But then I was feeling like, oh, this is where life ended. This is where life started and ended. Do you understand? So it is the same thing. It is the same. Girls are the same all through generations, all through ages. It is the same. So they're going to feel inadequate about their emotions. They will not understand. It will be doing them like this, like that. So what do? So let them teach them emotions control. Teach them. The fact that they are feeling, tell them that feeling will pass. The way the one my own pass, I don't even know where the boy is again in this life. It will pass. It will pass. So what am I trying to say to you? Let your daughter understand that she shouldn't act based on her emotions. If it's about these emotions, yeah, it will push. It will push them. Question is that, so who's going to be in control of who? Will their emotions be in control of them, or will they be in control of their emotions? So that's your work. You have to teach them. Let them understand that when they feel, so that when she comes and say, Mommy, oh, there's this boy in class that I just I hope you know. You're a 9-year-old boy, and let me just go and just shake you. Let me just break your table. Your 9-year-old girl knows what it is to feel like for a guy. Of course, you know. It's a crush. It will happen. So when she now comes and says, Mommy, you had this eye. I say, oh, really? I say, okay, so can we have a conversation about it? Then you now begin to talk, okay, it's just a feeling. It will come, it will go, because it really come and go. That's how to master their emotions gradually. That 10 minutes. So they don't start feeling, so that they don't, it's not every time they feel that they do. Because the problem is that if you're not able to teach them emotions control like that, they keep being subjected to their emotions at every point in time. And that's why girls do silly things. I'm not even going to go into that silly things that they do now. Every time they feel like doing something, then they do. They feel like doing something, then they do. Then they do. And then they begin to mess up the process. So emotions control, that's what you need to do in this stage. It's an inadequacy. A girl will struggle with it so much. And if you're not able to help your girl on this particular phase, you're not doing well. Yeah? I hope we're learning something. I hope that we're not angry yet. Yeah, the next I'm going to be talking about, they're going to have feeling of inadequacy over love. This is important. I wish I could behave like a Yoruba girl, like just kneeling down, just begging their parents to fill up the love tanks of their children. Please. Girls engage in sex, girls engage in drug, girls engage in every vice on earth. Girls exchange their eggs for money, because why? They are looking for love. Trust me. They are looking for love. My friend is on this stream. I told her, I said, one of the greatest prayers I pray in this life was for a particular thing. And I told her, So that's how a girl is. A girl wants love. Please don't go be pushing your girls to want love outside. What are you doing? Smother your children with love. You know what means to smother? Choke them. Choke them because they're feeling inadequate already. I'm going to tell you a story that I just, as I was praying for this class, I just remember. It was also really good, just reminded me. My mother, absolute mother, great mother, wonderful mother. But our parents then, they were not really expressive, yeah? Matter of fact, my mother used the word I love you for me when I became a full grown adult. So those are the kind of parents that we had, except if yours were a Jabota parent, yeah? So what am I going to say? Then there was a girl that lived in my house. We lived together they were living upstairs. As I was praying for this class, that's when I remember that story. And I begin to wonder, why did this story come back to me after over 25 years? And then my mom, fantastic woman. But of course, she never told me that I love you. Doesn't mean that she doesn't love me. I know that my mother will go to heaven and come back because of our children. Our mothers are like that. Trust me on that one, I know. But did they express? Did they vocalize? No. So what happened? The girl is in Australia today. So I went to meet that girl, and I know we're friends, kids, yeah, kids. And they were upstairs, we're dancing. I went to meet them. I said, you know what? I want us to be using a word of endearment to each other. I remember very well the way I remember my name. I'm telling you, I went to meet her. It was like my darling, sugar, all of those things. I went to meet her. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was a need. I don't know whether you get it. Because I wasn't sure that I was loved, even though I was. I don't know whether you understand what I am saying. That's how a girl is wired. I went to meet her. Imagine if it had been a guy. The name of the girl, I know her name. I just want to say, I don't want to say it because I'm on public stream. I know her name. Everybody in their family, I went there. I went. Because they were upstairs with dancers. So I went there. And I went to say to her, I said, I want us to be using words of endearment for each other. Like darling, sugar, honey. That was a need. And it was becoming an inadequacy. And nobody noticed. Nobody. And that time of my life just went. Do you know how many girls have gotten laid? Do you know how many boys have molested girls because they told her? These things happen every day. And then the boy and the girl are on the chair. And then the boy says, I love you. And the girl says, are you sure? And the boy begins to remove the bra of the girl. Come on, it happens. Of course, we know it happens. Because the girl, she feels inadequate. She feels that, oh, this person that loves me, if it is to give my body to say that's the only way to express my own exchange of love, I'm going to do it. So please smother your girls, smother them. See, if your father is here, if there is any father on this stream, please, I don't care your girl is a girl that she has breast already, she see your baby, please hug your daughter, kiss them on the cheeks, kiss them like this, smother them, like choke them with love, because that's the need, that's the greatest need of a girl. They will feel that way. They will feel that inadequacy. Hug them. I cannot. My daughter is a hugging machine. Her cousin say, your own is too much. Because why? That's I can't let her hug my daughter. I don't understand. My teenagers. Oh, before they got. I wish some of them is watching here. Before they got used to me hugging them, I knew they needed it. They did not even know that they needed it. That's why I told you my story. I went to meet the girl. I was 14. I went to meet her. So that's a gap. So hug your boys, hug your girls, kiss them, affirm them, whatever. Choke them with love. Let them know that it is not scarce. For God's sake, love is very cheap to give. The easiest thing to do, I don't know, the easiest thing to give anyone in this life is love. So give your kids, give your teenager. Do you know what? They're very funny. They're not going to come and meet you. Oh, is your 6-year-old can run to you for a hug, but your 13-year-old, even if you're hugging, I should be dodging the hug. That's the way they are. They're just pretending. Don't care. And you know one thing I learned, one of the parenting classes I went, say, when you hug your daughter or your son, can you hug them closer? Like they want to leave, can you still hold on to them? Do you understand? Little things like that changes the narrative. Their parents. So don't feel. And some of us, I know our experiences differ. Some of us will feel uncomfortable. Please, can we open up our hearts? Can we? Because I know that we really treasure our kids. Can we open our hearts up to them? Hug them a little closer. Can somebody put in the comment section? Like when I'm done on this stream, yeah, I'm gonna go hug my daughter a little closer. Hug them. Feel their love tank. What is your daughter's love language? We have discussed it. Feel it, because girls do have that feeling. That's why a girl gives her body to a man that treats her anyhow. Why? Because the man used abused one word. I love you. And then because the girl, nobody has ever told the girl in this life that they love her. and she feels, oh, this person must love me, and because of that, must give my body to the person. Can we begin to correct those errors? Can we begin to correct those mistakes? We know by now, yeah, that your teenage girl has no business giving her body to any man that she's not married to. We know by now. But how many teenage girls are doing, even as I'm having this stream, how many teenage girls are doing this exact thing? They are looking for the love. It's an inadequacy. Yeah. Yes. They want to leave the hug. Still hug them. Just hug them. Just hug them. Just hug them. It doesn't cost nothing. Yeah. The next one, because of our time, and what is the way to help them out of this? Get to fill up their love tank. I've told us, how will you know the love language of a child? The way your child expresses love to you. Whether she writes you notes, that one, you know that one likes gifts. Whether she spends time with you, that one wants you to spend time with her. Whether she hugs you, that one wants physical touch. Whether she does things for you. You know, some children are very serviceable. That's their own love language. They do things for you, so they want you to do. They want you to do them, do things for them back. So he's basically 5. Find out, how does my daughter receive love, and feel it. Keep feeling it. Their parents. Don't get tired. If they are teenagers, they will struggle. Oh, trust me, teenagers will struggle. My boys, they don't want me to hug them. I don't care. Sometimes do you know what I do? I chat them. They're not my kids, but I see them as mine. I chat and say, you know what? I love you so much. And but they are happy. I tell them. As a matter of fact, there's no one in my corner that I love that I don't say that I love them. Because I know if I could go to somebody and say, let us be using that means it must mean something to their parents. Hug your teenagers a bit more. Yeah. The next one, because of our time, I said, feeling of inadequacy over identity. They're going to struggle. They're finding themselves. Our time is going now, so I don't want to take us more than an hour. Feeling of inadequacy over identity. Who am I? Why am I here? What am I doing? Over identity. It's a struggle. It's an inadequacy. How do you help them? Get them on a journey of self-discovery. That's your work as a parent. How do they discover themselves? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What do I like to do? What gives me joy? What tires me? What bores me? Who do I want to be? What do I hope to be? Those are the things. So that they are grounded. So that they know. So that when they see someone that is not on that line with them, they are the one to cut the person off their lives. They won't even tell you. They cut off, they will be the CEO of their own lives. They will hire, they will fire at will. That's your job. Because if your girl has identity crisis, there's problem. There's problem. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry will just come and do whatever, and they will get away with all sort of nonsense. You don't want to do that. Some of us have been there. But can we begin to bridge that gap? If there's something that makes me come every Sunday and all of that, or Saturday as the case may be, it's because I just wish that, okay, errors that we made, can we not repeat it? Can we not repeat it? Can we try? Mistakes that we made, can we not repeat it over our kids? And that is it. This identity crisis is an issue. It's a major thing for a girl. And you know why? Another thing is that I have seen girls that have come to understand who they are. They have come to know their identity. And they just fly. Because once you know who you are, you won't settle for less. You won't settle. And I'm really, really sorry to say, most of us settled. I'm really, really sorry to say, most of us, you see what I used? I said us. Most of us settled. We settled. Can we try and not raise daughters that will settle? Can we raise daughters that will not settle? So let us do the work. Inadequacy of identity. Know now that your girl at the point in time will struggle. Oh, at the time, let me tell you, I don't know why I remember this one again. At the time, I was writing a poem about who is God? Who does he want us to do? Why is this? I'm telling you, what was happening to me that time? I was having an identity crisis. And you know what? I was in the university and nobody had an idea of what was happening to me. Nobody had an idea of what was happening to me. So that's what we're talking about. So their parents, I beg us. I wish I could. Please, I beg us. This is a call. I beg us. Help your daughter find out who she is. In the place of prayer, in the place of sitting with her, in the place of looking for her strength. That's how to find out who your daughter is. Why is she here? What she called to do? Because at least one of us, at least each of us have been called to do one thing. One thing. What's that thing that your owner has been called to do? It will not come like, my daughter is. No, it is in the place of prayer, place of observing, place of watching, opening our eyes to really see our daughters. I don't mean our day-to-day routine that we're so busy. No, I didn't really see our daughter. I hope we're learning something. Yeah, the next one. Your daughter is going to feel inadequate over this people pleasing syndrome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Girls are guilty of this the most. Me that I am talking, I used to be a people pleaser. Not anymore. Not anymore. See, I put myself on the table. I'm not perfect. I used to be. Why? Because I couldn't bear people, I couldn't bear the fact that people would think of me and then they'll say, this is what she hurts me or whatever. But as I grew, or as experiences happened to me, or as life happened to me, I understood that it's not possible. There will just be some set of people that no matter what, you just never be in their good books. It's perfectly fine. It is perfect. And I learned that at great cost. Trust me, at great, great cost to myself. I don't want to raise my daughter like that. So it's an inadequacy. Every girl, they want to be in everybody's good book. Please, can you write in the comment section, my daughter is not ice cream? Please, can you write it? Dear parents, my daughter is not ice cream. My daughter is not ice cream. Because it's only ice cream that everybody likes. It is only ice cream that everybody likes. My daughter is not ice cream. I am not raising ice cream. So it's fine. Not everybody has to like them. It's fine. It's fine. So the earlier they settle that in their mind, the better for everybody. So they don't have that syndrome. That's people pleasing syndrome. Then they let them crush it today. But the thing is this, what they are doing, is it right? Is it right with God? Is it right with them? Is it right according to their values? Then let them say, my daughter is not ice cream. No, she's not ice cream. My daughter is not ice cream. Everybody that likes ice cream. So not everyone has to like a daughter. It's perfectly okay. Please let them understand it. It's okay. It's okay. Some people, you can't see. Come on. Come on. My daughter is not ice cream. So not everyone has to like her. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not raising ice cream that everybody will now like, because what you are doing, if you are raising ice cream, is that you are raising a girl without boundaries. That's just everybody can just enter. And of course, you know what the Bible says about someone that has no boundaries. It says like a city whose wall has broken down. Come on, you want to raise that kind of girl? That everybody, come on. I told us already that the journey of destiny is a long race. So let them, and you know what? Girls, oh dear girls. Sometimes my heart breaks for girls. Girls want to be liked. And that's why the woman is there in the marriage. She's just doing everything. And the abuse is getting worse. Oh my God, it's getting worse. And the girls say, what would they say? Hey, everybody, don't raise ice cream. I'm not even going to go into that conversation today. Don't raise ice cream. You're not raising an ice cream. You're not raising it and everybody must like. So your girl must know that not everyone must like her. I tell my daughter, I say, well, you know what? As if whoever doesn't like you has a problem, and it's fine, just move. But this is it. What you do, is it good for God? Is it good for you? Is it good for your value system? If it is, please move. Please move. Teach your daughters to move. Do you know how many girls have committed suicide because their besties left them? Yeah. So if your child's bestie stops being bestie with your child today, what's going to happen? Do you understand? Please move. Dear parents, let us teach our girls, because they will struggle with this a lot, especially in this age where this age of, what would I call it now? People live for likes, comments. I mean, is it likes? That's likes. People live for likes now. I'm like, I've not been on Facebook for more than maybe I can't even remember. So I'm living for your like, seriously? People live for likes now. How many likes? Except you are using your social media, you are using your whatever to, maybe you need your likes, to grow your page or whatever. But personally, come on. That's the world we're living in. Living for likes? Please. No girl should ever struggle because of this. So let them quash it. And how are you going to do that? Just tell them they're not ice cream. Simple. You're not ice cream. You're not ice cream. And I've told us we're not raising ice cream. I am not raising ice cream. I know that you're not raising ice cream as well. Finally, for today, freeing of inadequacy about the future. Girls worry about this too. Even adults worry about this too. I still worried about this. Yeah. Inadequacy about the future. How's it going to be? How's it going to be? What's going to happen? What will not happen? Will I marry? Will I not marry? Will I born? Will I not born? What course will I do? What is will I do? Inadequacy about the future. But let me ask us a question. If we need, the way my friend was saying, if we need the answer to everything, it will quit being the future, don't you think? So let your girls understand this thing too. that life will just happen the way it's meant to happen. So how are they gonna how are they gonna work on this particular inadequacy? Teach them to hold on to God. That's it. Because it's God that owns now. It's God that owns what? The future. I let them and I say, you know what? If I'm not always there, the little I've told you, don't forget them. Don't forget them. So say the same thing to your daughters. We don't have the future. We only have now. Why we just hope for the future? So teach them to hold on to God. And that is what I try to do daily. Teach your daughters the same thing. Don't forget. Don't forget their parents that what we want to do is to just, bridge the gap. Anywhere you see a gap, bridge it. Are we perfect? No. Like this stream. Is it perfect? No. But are we going to work on it? Yes. Are we going to get better? Definitely yes. That's the journey. Progression. I hope you have learned something. We talk about 10 things. Yeah. So if it's just one, like I always say, if it's just one you pick, that one, ooze with it. And to everyone, yeah, that has bought the book, I like to see the reviews of your daughters rather. I want to see their reviews. I want to put it on a seller account on our Amazon. We want to just make noise about the book, and it's not so bulky. I know that people don't want to read bulky stuff, but the next one that's coming out is going to be a bit bulky, yeah. And if you have bought, thank you, and I hope that it was worth your money. I hope your money didn't feel like a waste. I promise if it was a waste, I'm going to refund you. I told you that, and I'm still standing on it. And if you have not, if you have bought it, you have learned something from it. Do you want to tell another girl parent, to tell another girl parent, to tell another girl parent, yeah? And don't forget, I keep saying it. If you have a girl from age 8 to 18, they're welcome to me. Please get your daughters in mentorship system. My daughter is in the mentorship system. I will not even lie to you about these things because I know that they're very important. Thank you for always coming. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that was worth your time. Thank you for always coming. Thank you for believing that I have something to say that is worth listening to. You don't know how much it means to me. It does mean a lot to me. I don't take your time for granted. I've taken 1 hour, 6 minutes of your time. Thank you. I'll be here next week. Until that week, don't forget, you are not raising ice cream. Bye-bye. Thank you and God bless you. Cheers.